In this video of our Meshtastic for Makers course, we're going to be looking at how to use the detection sensor module to send the off or on state of a simple digital sensor without the need for the second Pico like we've been previously using. We're going to be setting all of this up on the Pico, which we set up in a previous video, and you can find the entire course playlist and the written course linked below. Now, very important before we begin, let's clarify that with this method, we're only going to be able to send a digital state, so either an off or on signal like a button. This could be a button or a switch monitoring a gate or a door, a motion sensing PIR sensor, which we will be setting up in this video, an infrared sensor, a reed switch, water level sensor. There are a lot of sensors with a digital output, and that's what we can use in this video. And the trade-off here is that you can only use a simpler sensor, but there is a lot less moving parts in all of this. You don't need a second Pico, and you probably don't even need to code a thing. All right, let's jump into it with a simple button example. We are just going to slot our Pico into the breadboard with the header extenders we've been using so far, and then we're simply going to connect a button from ground to pin 21, which we found to be a compatible pin with this method. Then we're going to open our Meshtastic client and head on over to the detection sensor module. Starting off, we're obviously going to enable it, but then we've got two settings here, and these are different ways of sending that data. The first setting will allow you to send a message when the button is pressed. So only when you press the button will it send a message to the network. And this time here is how often that message can be sent. So let's say we set it to 3 seconds. I press the button, it sends the message, and no matter how many times I press that button again, it won't let me send a new message until 3 seconds have passed. After 3 seconds, I can press it and send another button and start another 3-second timer. And this is really great because let's say it's connected to the door, and as we close the door, it might bounce and tap the button a few times. We don't want to send that message a few times, so by putting a few seconds here, we can stop that from happening. I'm just going to set it to 0 to disable it, and then I'm going to put in 5 seconds for the other one. Really simple, this one. Every 5 seconds, this is going to send the state of the button. If it's being pressed, it'll report 1, and if it's not being pressed, it'll report 0. Very simple, and you can change how often you want this to be sent. This might be a better option if you wanted to know if the gate is open or closed, as you could check the switch every so often. For the rest of this video, we are just going to set this to 0 to disable it, and use the first one here, but it's worth knowing that it's also another option. We're also going to be able to set a friendly name here. Now, the message that's being sent is going to start with what we put here and then something after it. If you're using the same messaging system we've been using before, you can put something like front gate, colon, or door, colon, or whatever you need. We'll look at what this output looks like in a bit. Then we're going to set this up on pin 21, which is the one we're using, and then we'll ensure that this top one is off and this bottom one is on. Now, the way we have this set up is that when the button is pressed, it will bring the voltage of the pin down to 0 volts or low. Turning off this first setting here triggers the pin to do something when it changes to 0 volts or low. This second one here enables a pull-up resistor inside of the Pico, and this is essentially going to ensure that when we let go of the button, it goes back up to 3.3 volts or high. So then when we press it, it goes down and it goes back up. It kind of springs it back up to 3.3 volts. All right, let's save that and give it a go. My phone is connected to another Meshtastic device, and we're just looking at the messages coming from it. And if I press the button, it should come up with door detected. And as you can see, I can press the button a few times and only one message is going to be sent because that 3-second cooldown. And if I press it now, a new message is sent like so. Unfortunately, it does have the space after the colon, and we have been working without the spaces so far because it just keeps it simpler. So if you are going to use one of these and you write code on another node to do something with the message that's being sent from this one, just be aware that it has the space in it and you will need to deal with it. And just for the sake of completeness, I've got the other mode here which sends the message every 5 seconds, and as you can see, it's sending through state 0 because the button's not being pushed, and if I put it down, it's going to be sending state 1. And that's just going to be sending the state of the button every 5 seconds. Now, that example was using something called an active low setup, which just means that when we press the button, it connects the pin to ground and brings it down and activates and triggers it. Let's now take a look at how to do the opposite, where we trigger the message when the pin goes to 3.3 volts or active high. Why would we want to do this? Well, with a button, we have the luxury of wiring it up however we want to, but with something like this PIR sensor, it outputs 0 volts when there's no motion being detected, and when it detects something moving, it sets it to 3.3 volts, so we need to use this active high setup. Alright, let's wire it up, and we're going to get rid of that button like so, and I'm just going to sit our PIR sensor on the side. Then all we need to do is power it, which we can do by plugging it into the power output pins of the Pico. And then we're just going to ensure that we plug the signal pin into pin 21 of the Pico, like so. Super simple. Let's plug it in and get to work. Now back in our module settings, we're going to want to turn on the first one because we want to trigger when the pin goes high, and then we want to disable this pull-up sensor like so. And we're also just going to use this as an opportunity to change this to PIR, which is just going to change the message that's being sent. Now most sensors like this do not need a pull-up or pull-down resistor to work. If, however, you are using a button or a switch and you want to use it with this active high mode, you're probably going to need to manually wire one up, because unfortunately Meshtastic at the time of making this video only supports pull-down resistors with software. So if you want to use this method, you got to make your own. If you do want to use the button, it's probably just easier to use the active low method we just looked at. This active high method is more so for sensors. Alright, I've currently got that running and I'm staying very still so that the motion detector doesn't detect me. And if I move, it should set it to high and send that message like so. And it's only going to send every 3 seconds or however long you put there. And I'm going to stand. Oh, I'm probably moving a bit too much. And move. And it sends a message. And stop. And move. And it sends a message like so. And that is how you can use simple digital sensors to send messages over the Meshtastic network. We are only limited to simple on-off messages, but as you can see, the setup is a lot simpler, and if you get creative, there are a lot of things you can do and measure with a simple digital sensor. If you made something cool with this, or you just need a hand with anything that we covered in this video, feel free to head on over to our community forums. We're all makers over there, and we're happy to help. Until next time though, happy making.